Hey look, we're at ABR Industries at Orlando HamCation, and we have my good friend Chuck here who's going to tell us about some, he teased me outside, he said he had some cool new things, so let's see what ABR Industries has. And did you know you can save 10% off at ABR Industries with code K at MRD10? Hi Chuck.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm well. What's
Good.
going on, man?
So we got some new products here that we're showing off here.
Okay.
A couple different things that we're looking at. The first thing is right here with the, we've expanded our ferrite line to do the Raptoroids.
Nice.
So we do ones in the PTFE,
Okay.
as well as the PVC.
Okay.
We do them for HF, and we also do a UHF, VHF version, so for different cutoffs and isolation.
Okay. So we can just call you guys and say, hey, I want a choke of whatever size, or we just order it on the website.
That too. It'll be online here within the next few days, probably a few days, 30 days tops. But so we're starting to see a lot of movement on that.
Okay.
We've opened up our braid line. Things like this actually fits around all the different NMOs and the UHF mounts. So sometimes with the vehicles, you got a lot of plastic and you need a little pigtail. And so we've decided to build up these. This is just one of the samples we've been playing with. But it's nice just for a little extra grounding. And it's a quick and dirty way. You can just fit it on there right between the connector because you got that gap. And then you're golden.
That is cool.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. We're also doing quick adapt kits that if you don't know what connectors you don't know, right? So
that's why we have them all.
Exactly. But in this case now you've got the jumpers.
So
where
this is for what now?
This is now designed with jumpers where they're
mobile install, or
you can use them for anything.
Okay.
But the nice thing is they started as a mobile product, but now they can just be interconnected with the different connectors. So you've got UHF, N types, SMAs. So if you need an SMA to a PL, or gee whiz, you need an SMA to an N type. You can go into BNCs. You can, and this may be a little bit easier to see sometimes, but it's just like we're doing it on a couple different cables. So we're doing on the little jumpers, and then we're doing on the bigger stuff with the 240 as well.
Okay.
So you can just mix and match.
So we can get, like, say, a cable, and then just different adapters.
And we can make it we're going to make it also as a kit too. So we can
that was my next question.
Kit it out also so that you don't have to guess. You've got everything in this little kit.
Yeah.
And then you say, okay, I need a quick jumper. I got a new radio, and I went from an SMA to an SMA female.
Yeah.
Or the male to a female. Well, that's simple. But also now I got a mini UHF or a BNC type or whatever else. And whether it's for a field day or it's just a quick POTA pack or something else, somebody else has got another device that they're bringing in. These jumpers then will make it real easy to make all these quick interconnects and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's a really sweet piece. You've seen this is fully launched into our site now. You've seen this one and played around with these guys now. The smaller BNC type inlines.
So those are your inline chokes.
Right. And then we always do the big ones. We've expanded, of course, the colors out. But one of the things we did now, we got a lot of guys saying, hey, I got to hide it from the wife with the HOA. So we do the Army Green. And we actually do the black anodized connectors.
I like that.
So we got them in the BNCs now. We're going to have them in the UHFs in a little bit. And then it's a type of thing now you can hide it and make it disappear as much as you can and keep it away from people seeing what's going on there.
That's really important because, like, for me being a POTA operator, I always want, we look at the high-vis stuff so people aren't trampling over it. But yeah, the HOA, the Karens of the world, all that.
Well, most of the guys said just their wife. I hate to say it. My wife was the same way. This didn't come from my wife.
My garden.
Well, yeah, you just got cables sticking all over the place and the bunnies are chewing on it and everything else.
Oh, that's great. And yeah, they've got all kinds of colors, so whatever you want, your coax.
Yeah, if you got team colors.
There you go, team colors.
The kids from Louisiana. This actually started Northwestern, but the kids from Louisiana caught on to this one. Some of the other stuff. The blue actually is somewhere. I don't know. I think it went away, but we have it in blue, orange, red. But the builder, you can pick all the different cable sizes too.
Yeah, the
You're
online
not
builder.
limited to what we have as a standard. There are some standards on there, but it's also designed where you can pick and do whatever you want. For some of the guys, commercially and other things like cell phone boosters, and that type of thing. We do these bundled harnesses now, and then, oops, sorry.
This is all the 400 you got.
This is the 400
up.
on that one, which is really popular for the boosters as far as the cable size goes.
Yeah.
And then for the guys that are sitting there looking at it from the vehicles, like the trailers and stuff, or the campers and stuff that have the Wi-Fi and the cell phone as one antenna, we do the bundled harnesses for those.
Okay.
Also, if you're police, fire, municipalities, stuff like that, these are really popular because they've got the straights as well as the reverse connectors that can be installed. Everything's customizable, everything's labeled, so it's pretty much just plug and play as far as these products go. So these have really started to gain a life of their own as well, and we do a number of these pieces.
Yeah, good.
And then we just got the other traditional cables. Always our 240 jumpers. Everybody asks, what's the bend radius? It's 1.5 inches. What does what does 1.5 inches mean, right?
Small.
It means it's tiny. And this is not even the over torquing, which you can get down to 1 inch. So you can really bend these cables and twist and turn them into any configuration. I'll just reform that a little bit so it pretties up. But
everybody should have some of these. I don't even know how somehow in my early ham career, I got one of these. I don't know where it came from, but you just need a couple jumpers, and mine's got the green. It's got the green heat shrink. It's ABR, so you know it's good. So cool.
And then the last piece is just always our popular 400 cable. I always like to remind, because if you're setting up a base station, you need you're plugging away with power, or you're sitting there with a full system for UHF, VHF. We have a high strand there. It's a 2.5 inch bend. So
the
once again,
is ridiculously flexible.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh.
So the cable, the center conductors are high strand. They're 19 strands.
Okay.
So they're designed to be just where you can't kink them.
Yeah.
Because the point is, it's hard enough getting these systems set up, and you're dragging cable all over the place.
Yep.
So everything is UV resistant. Everything is direct burial as well. I would always say not buy the colors to bury the colors, but you can if you want. But in all fairness, whatever configurations, we also do custom labeling, so you can put your name on there.
Yep.
If you're going to field day and you want your cables back, you want your name on there, we can do that kind of stuff too.
That is very true.
And a lot of other different things for people as far as connector applications, fit outs. We also do rotor cables. We can do some multi-control cables now, and extension cables for your vehicle things with your screens and your mics. So check us out.
Yep, and they're located right in Houston, Texas. All the cables made right here in the United States.
Yep.
And it's fantastic stuff, so go check them out. Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate it.
Thank you again. Appreciate it. Thank you.